Super Bowl champs. With that, we welcome inside our NFL Network studio. It is game day final. Mike Yam, David Carr in the saddle. Dude's just trying to make rosters.
Just trying to make the team, you know? We can't go out and just play ball.
We did play a little
ball,
and it was fun. By the way, preseason also, we sometimes got some camp battles, quarterback matchups.
Oh, buddy, the camp battles they're there.
There's one in particular, and to be fair, I feel like in Cleveland, we're talking about that quarterback room year in and year out.
Buddy, it's been
Deshaun Watson, yeah. Shador
Come on,
Sanders.
Todd, figure it out. One of these guys has got to step up.
Coach Monken's going to have a choice. The choice for this particular matchup was Watson, their starter in the first half. Shador came in the second half, which we'll get to in just a moment here. Denzel Boston, how about that?
Following along on the sideline, that's good.
Next possession here for Cleveland. Watson.
Green.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
It's Yak.
Yeah, you got to love that. They throw up -3 yards and it goes for 40. Love those.
Stat stuffer.
Love those.
Sign me up for that if I'm a quarterback in the NFL. Watson's like, yeah, let's just pad some of these numbers here.
Here we go.
How about your rookie?
Ball.
Concepcion.
I like him a lot. I mean, they like him a lot. That's why they drafted him.
First rounder out of Texas A&M.
Give it to him this way, too.
Yeah, he wasn't done.
You don't have to throw it to him.
Playmaker.
Playmaker. Yeah, and you can see it, man. You can see this guy's explosive. This is fun. This type of player is fun for a good play caller. Give him the ball all the different sorts of ways.
And something, quite frankly, that they've needed. More playmakers on the offense.
Just make it easy. You want 30% of your offense, you want it to be autopilot, you know? Just hand it to that guy.
It's always a good thing. Deshaun Watson, autopilot, right? Mm-hmm. Going for it.
All right.
And 2.
Still got to keep your eye on the road. If you got a Tesla and you're on autopilot, you still got to watch traffic.
Spoken by someone who I know has been in that situation.
Still got to watch traffic.
Got to pay attention.
It's around. I'm telling you. Try to kill you something.
You and I have had some of those conversations with your car. You got 2 hands on the wheel, don't you? At that point? Yeah.
All right, let's make sure our quarterbacks don't get hit in the preseason.
You know,
That happens, though, man.
Good news, was able to finish out the entire half, but the reality is this is a little concerning at times for all these quarterbacks. By the way, Jackson Dart took a big hit. We'll get you that in just a bit, but you always want to see these guys upright and healthy. Shador Sanders, you're right. Let's go. Second half starter. Next week in week 2, he will start the game.
The opportunities and pressure. It's not scary. There's opportunities for big plays, yeah, and that was a big play. Great throw.
So this is what you get with Shador.
This guy's everywhere.
Yeah, look at that. You get some good moments from him, and then at times you just go, ooh, I just wish I could have that back. We'll show you that pick in just a little bit. But, yeah.
I really like pulling guards on
if you sit down,
push, I'm not bashing
and only a
Todd
little poop comes out. You have
linebackers feel pretty quick.
To be fair, though, if you can't run the football and you can't pick up the first down, you can't move the 6, I mean, there's some problems. That's the interception I was referring to.
Yeah, no, it's almost the same play he had earlier. And he just had a little bit more pressure this time. He couldn't finish his throw.
Picked up by Beanie Bishop here. Sanders, 6 of 11 passing, 79 yards.
Going to the right spot.
And an interception he would love to have back. Bears victorious. Caleb all smiles. He's just like...
Caleb's been there. Been a young man, too.
So the next stop for these two will be...
What I see, the right read, just slip, you know. It's the right read, it just slipped. So that's what makes me be mad a little bit because of it. But, you know, I don't, any decision I make, I know it's the right decision. I just didn't execute the decision, but the right decision was made. So every day I look and I see about decision making, like, how's my decisions I'm making, and that's how I grade myself off of, you know. Obviously, turn the ball over and all that stuff is not great, you know, and it won't survive a long time in the league doing that. But as long as my eyes and my feet and everything was in the right place, being able to execute it just may happen.
Good perspective from your second-year quarterback as you see the stat comparison between Deshaun Watson and Shador Sanders. We've seen a ton of interviews on NFL Network from Watson, who always is saying the right things right now. We heard from him with Courtney Cronin when the game was done.
Deshaun, today was your first live action real game in 22 months. How did it feel to be back out there?
It was exciting. It was great just to be out here, go through the pregame with the guys, get some live action, throw the ball around, so it was a blessing to be back.
Physically, how do you feel having guys come at you, pass rushers, getting back into that rhythm?
I felt good. I feel really healthy. Got to get back in football shape, but it was really good to be back.
Offense starts out a little bit slow. You guys bounce back. You lead a couple of scoring drives. What was the key to getting in that rhythm?
Just find that motion. We're still working on a couple plays that we want to install and get really right at. And then once we started passing the ball and try to take advantage of the coverage they were doing, we started moving it.
Your coach, Todd Monken, said that as long as you and Shedeur are splitting first-team reps, that it is a quarterback competition. Do you feel like you've done enough to this point to earn that QB1 designation?
I'm not sure. Every day I just take advantage of those opportunities. I just try to win a day, take one day at a time, and I let the coaches and the organization make that decision. So we'll see in the future.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it was awesome. It was so cool to watch him play. I get all of the frustration by fans, himself, but for him to come back and work like he did is an unbelievable credit to him. And then to go out there, he was having fun today. And that is so cool. And I thought he really functioned at a high level. Certainly, we don't want to be taking timeouts. We sure as heck can't take delay of games, okay? But it was fun watching him play and watching us put the next step forward and see where we're at.
All right, I don't want to be the coach decipherer here on NFL Network, but Todd Monken talking about Deshaun Watson, he certainly hasn't lost the starting job at this point. Keep in mind, week 2, we will see Shedeur get the start against Buffalo. That is a game that you'll be able to watch on Saturday here on NFL Network. Of course, all the games on the ESPN app. But take me through this. If you're Shedeur Sanders and you're hearing Monken at the end of the game, you had the interception. It's a pick that everyone's going to be talking about. How do you get your mind right for week 2?
That happens, man. Shedeur's going to get his opportunity, but I love Todd Monken. I'm a Todd Monken fan now.
Yeah.
That's a great press conference from a head coach. So Deshaun has gone through everything, off the field, on the field, the last couple of years. But just to show joy and being able to see him get back out there and get his legs back under him. Deshaun also said, I got to get back in football shape. I know what that's like, too, because you start calling plays, you're out of breath. Like, he hasn't been in this environment. You can't simulate this. Getting out there and your heart rate's up. Like, even in the postgame, him talking, he was still kind of ahead of himself a little bit. So to be able to just kind of breathe and slow everything. We even heard Mendoza talk about this. I got to slow myself down. It's probably been a long time since Deshaun has had to slow himself down on the field. He's probably very excited to get out there. I thought he handled himself really well. Threw the ball accurately, had a drop on 3rd and 5. He would have been 12-15. That's a great throw. Thought he moved well with his eyes and his feet were all together. He didn't look like he was out of control. Todd's doing a great job with those guys, with both those guys. It's not as clean as you would like it. We've obviously, we'll see guys that are going to go 21-25 later, Ty Simpson. But, that's not what they did. But I thought that they handled themselves well. I thought Deshaun handled himself well. I thought he did a good job going out there for the first time in a long time.
22 months last time he has seen
crazy, man.
Meaningful football.
Really hard.
And yet, Shedeur's not out of this race at this point.
No.
There's got to be the response in week 2.
And I like to read in between the lines when I watch coaches talk and quarterbacks talk. Todd Monken loves him some Deshaun Watson. He's excited for him. So when I'm looking at this, Shedeur has an opportunity, absolutely, to get back out there, even improve on what you've been doing. But what I love about Shedeur is him at the press conference. I love he's process-driven. He's not results-oriented. He's talking about the things you should be talking about. He's improved so much even from last year when I saw him in the preseason. I'm really happy for him. Like that, you can't do anything about that. Sometimes you can get there a little bit later with your eyes. You don't get the batted balls. This is a great throw. He has one later that's an interception. It's very similar.
Yeah.
He has just as much pressure around him, maybe a little bit more. This is a great job. Moving in the pocket. Last year, I think he would have ran out the back. It would have been bad. He scrambled forward. It's a 2-yard gain, but it's not a sack. It's not a negative play. Another play down there in the red zone. Steps forward. Where's his fourth guy? Fourth guy in the progression, he found him. So he's showing great improvement. I don't know that he's going to win this quarterback battle. He probably won't. But that doesn't mean that the process stops. You can continue to improve. Clearly, Todd loves his quarterback room. People are going to say it's probably not the best quarterback room, and you're probably right in the NFL. There probably are better quarterbacks. There's probably a lot of better quarterback rooms. But for me, this is a good step for a quarterback that's gone through a lot in Deshaun and a quarterback that's still going through the beginning of his NFL journey. So I'm excited for Shedeur next week. I think it'll be fun. I think he'll continue to progress. If he continues to make the plays like he has been here, with his feet, with his eyes, the good things will happen more than the bad things. I didn't see a play where he was really erratic and out of control. I thought for the most part, even on this play, he's going to the right place. That's why he was kind of laughing. Nothing you can do there. Drive it more, maybe, but I thought he played really good.
I don't want to sound like a Cleveland Browns apologist, but you were talking about this quarterback room. If Deshaun sniffs what we saw a few years ago when he was in Houston, and then you think about what Shedeur could be down the road, you talked about this progression.
And their head coach has his head on right, too, for this thing, which is good.
Once again, we will get an opportunity to see Shedeur start in week number 2 against the Bills here on NFL Network on Saturday. Speaking of young quarterbacks, the Rams threw one out there today. This guy's he's a vet. I like just seeing him out there. Coming off of an injury, let's go. Let's get him.
Look, she's happy. Pat's back.
By the way, that'd be
your phone,
that might be my reaction if I'm getting some of that from
he's a great guy.
A guy that's going to be in that GOAT conversation when his career's done. Maybe already in it at this point. Ty Simpson's a young quarterback, by the way, that I'm making reference to. McVay's like, hey, 13th, I was in on this. Sign me up. I wanted him with that selection.
Exactly. Let it be known, Yam wanted Ty Simpson, and I love that. I love that this kid went out there, and they did a great job getting him into the game early with some boots, getting him on the run. He clearly is comfortable there. Then he settled in. Threw some great passes from the pocket. Obviously, this stuff helps. A little screen game. Gets you a nice down and distance. Get a chance to knee score. That's fantastic. You love that as a quarterback. We talked about the screen earlier. Deshaun had. That was a nice one that goes for a touchdown. You got to love that. Yeah, I thought Ty
Connors, by the way, who got into that end zone. He was slippery there.
He was slippery. I love it. And this is great, too. I mean, it's some nice little... I'm going to tell you, some of these coaches, they pretend like they're just running basic plays. There's some trickery going on out there. And I love Sean McVay for doing that, for mixing that in there for Ty. And then Ty's able to handle it. That was the thing. This is great poise. Let that thing clear across the second windows. Beautiful timing, beautiful accuracy. And then down here, things happen fast. It's quick. You got to be quick with your eyes, and he is. That's very similar to the Fernando Mendoza touchdown he threw this last week. It's a good read, good throw. Ty Simpson, great start.
21-25 passing, 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dude played 7 drives, played 3 quarters of football in the preseason. Rams getting a glimpse of their future. I know it's just the preseason, but the reality is Sean McVay's got to be thrilled with the performance.
He really settled in, did a great job. I think it's a tremendous credit to, just the way that he's worked. Dave Ragone does such a great job with that room as a whole. And obviously Matthew's leadership. And I thought Nate really did a nice job of putting him in a lot of good spots that accentuate his skill sets. But the other 10 guys around him were able to do their job. We were able to kind of sustain, get some first downs, be efficient on early downs that allows some other stuff. And you kind of have that, good balance. And Nate stayed aggressive on the early downs, which gave Ty an opportunity to deliver. And he did that. But very pleased with him. And it's a real credit to a lot of good work. And whether today went really great or whether it was a great learning opportunity, we continue to move forward. But I thought it was a great step in the right direction for him. Very happy for him.
Hey, Sean, I appreciate you shouting out my man Dave Ragone, back at quarterback when I was in Houston, now the quarterback coach, and running a great quarterback room, by the way. Good job getting him on the move. I love what Sean said. I'm teaching you guys to listen to these coaches when they talk. He said the other 10 guys in the huddle were able to do their job. That means the quarterback wasn't holding you back as a young guy. So for a young kid to go in there and let the other 10 guys do their job and elevate their level of play, that's a great sign. Like, he's not going to play this year, hopefully, God willing. Matt can carry it all the way, right? But if he has to go in there and Stetson's not the guy he ends up being in there, he's going to do just fine. I thought he handled himself with incredible poise, looked great. Down there is most impressive, man. That red zone stuff happens fast. It's very quick. And so you got to be able to be decisive and get the ball out of your hand and be accurate with it, and he was that.
Here's the best news, and I think you hit the nail on the head. You don't want to see Ty Simpson out there because you have Matthew Stafford and you have a team and a roster right now that is absolutely loaded and might actually get a future Hall of Famer ready to go on the defensive side. In fact, McVay today was asked about AD.
We've had great dialogue. It's going to be on his timeline, and when he feels good about having clarity, whether that's a yes or whether that ends up being a no. We've had some tentative discussions behind the scenes. There's a lot of stuff without getting too granular with it, and just out of respect for, the dialogue that he and I have, that I do think he's earned the right. I think our guys are doing a great job of focusing on what they can control, and that's our current team as it stands right now. If Aaron does decide he wants to do it, I've been very open that we want to try to be able to explore that opportunity.
How is he not smiling as he's saying those words?
Sean McVay, wordsmith. I mean, just
we would be open to that
He's well
possibility.
read, clearly.
Yeah, you think? Kyler Murray, here's your week 1 starter. Kevin O'Connell saying, yeah, he's going to be my guy in Minnesota.
Beauty. Great throw. Love it. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to fit into the scheme and then use your athleticism and your playmaking ability to take it to the next level. Love the fit.
Yeah, Murray, by the way, only 1 drive for him. He was 2 of 3 passing, 5 yards, the 1 series. Got some points there in terms of a field goal.
Yeah, see right there, he'll get more comfortable. That was like his 4th read in the progression. Just got to move your feet a little bit faster, get it on him on the body.
Yeah,
first down.
And I know what you're thinking. We got J.J. McCarthy.
We do.
You know what?
He's got a long NFL career. Just settle in there.
You're not worried. You don't have a starting job.
He's with KO, man. KO will take care of him. Look, it didn't start off the way he wanted, and he had some struggles, but everyone struggles. It's tough to play in this league. He's trying to survive out there. He'll settle in. He'll be just fine.
Head on a swivel on this one.
Yeah.
By the way, positive sign from a Giants perspective. That defense had some up and down moments.
Tell you what, hey, I didn't want to say it, Yam. I know you get excited.
You know I was fired
I'm
up
excited about
that
the defense
in the years back.
I'm not excited about this.
Pass pro, that's a problem.
Can we just take care? Can we not try to leave back and protect our quarterback?
You said you've had that
same play. Yeah. Same thing happened to me on that field, right about the same yard line.
Dude goes to the blue tent, he comes out of the blue tent, and then he does this.
This is a great throw. This is what he can do, man. This stresses me out. It's going to be fun to watch the Giants this year because of these plays. Man, I'm going to be stressed.
Yeah, Malachi Fields, nice offensive piece here for the Giants. Here's Harbaugh.
My feelings in that moment was we need to block better. That's what my feeling was.
Surprised in any way when Jackson was sent to the blue dart?
Honestly, I was. Honestly, I was. But I would say that their job is to err on the side of player safety, so I can't argue with that either.
I really respect the rules and the thought behind, the NFL has of keeping players healthy and reviewing things, but at the same time, I'm still puzzled by it just feeling like every time that I get hit, I just find my way in there, which at times I still try to wrap my head around, but that's all that I'm going to say about that situation. I'm really happy with how the drive ended.
All right, a couple things there. One, he's not wrong. He has landed in the blue tent multiple times, but he's gotten popped a lot.
Scadaboo's in there with him.
Those guys, I know. Well, the problem is Scadaboo's sitting there and he's like headbutting everyone. But what's Harbaugh make of what he's seen in terms of the aggressiveness? He had an athletic quarterback with Lamar Jackson, one of the greatest to be out on a football field. How do you reel that in for Jackson?
Well, I mean, Andy Reid was great at that with Pat Mahomes. Yeah. You don't want to take that stuff away from him. You don't want to take away that ability. You got this wild stallion out there just playing quarterback, and he's being an athlete, and you just kind of want to rein him in enough. Like, this isn't on him. This is on the back trying to leave too early when his responsibility is bearing down the quarter. 29! Help! Right? So and maybe pop up. I know, Jackson, if you want to stay away from the blue tent, you got to pop up. Just jump up real quick. Pretend like you're okay, even if you're not. But keep you away from that tent. He's mad. Like, he don't want to be in there. I know those guys. Those guys are good trainers. Listen to him. He's trying to take care of you. But Jackson Dart is dynamic. He's going to be this guy. And like you said, beautiful point. Harbaugh's dealt with this before.
Yeah.
But what Munkin was great at with Lamar, with Harbaugh, was kind of reining them in, getting them to play. Matt Nagy, Greg Roman, they have that. That's their task. Give him offense to where he doesn't feel like he has to make those hero plays. That's what the good ones do. Up there with Josh Allen, you throw the cape on when you have to. But 90% of the offense, I shouldn't have to do that. You should make it to where I can just play efficient, clean football. So that's their task. That's on them.
I think that the tough thing is when you know you're capable of making these spectacular plays.
You default to that.
Yeah, and like as a fan, you're sitting there go, yeah, I want more.
It's fun,
of that.
Right?
It really is. So meanwhile, from a Minnesota perspective, Judy Batista with Aaron Jones.
Aaron, first of all, how are you feeling fully healthy going into the season?
Feeling amazing, right where I want to be. Team, we feel like we're right where we want to be as well, and just keep stacking days and stay as healthy as possible.
You obviously have a new starting quarterback, Kyler Murray. What have you seen from him in practice? What do you expect from him?
Just for him to come in and run the team, continue to be the great leader that he is, just making sure that we're ready to go.
What do you think he might be able to bring? He's obviously got a unique skill set, able to move around the way he can. What do you think he can do for this offense?
Definitely, he brings a lot of, he's definitely mobile, evading sacks, D linemen, outside linebackers, things like that, which extends plays. And you see the bigger plays that happen in the league are off of extended plays, quarterbacks getting out of the pocket. And I think if you go back and look at the stats last year, that's where majority of the plays were made. It's hard to guard guys like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson for more than 3-4 seconds. And you extend a play, now you're asking a DB to cover him for 10. I think we're going to win 10 times out of 10.
I was at Vikings camp last year. When I tell you, Aaron's like one of the nicest dudes in the NFL.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like that guy. They're going to be good.
Joe Brady, taking the reins.
Guy. He likes that guy.
He loves that dude.
Job easy.
Yeah. Carolina, Buffalo, Highmark Stadium. The grass is really green.
Isn't it? Just look at it.
DJ Moore's got a whole lot of it in front of him.
Yeah. He's going to get a lot of touches this year. I want to get him on your fantasy team.
He and Brady, man, they go back to the days when Joe Brady was the OC in Carolina.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Another good play action pass. Love that. Carolina's got a good pass defense, so you gotta be a little creative. A little play action.
Well, this dude will make a lot of teams look silly.
Yeah. He's so good, man. Let's say, let's make sure we're not hurt now. Let's keep ourselves fresh.
Is DJ Moore, where would you rank him in terms of wide receivers at Josh Allen?
He's like a Deebo Samuel to me, with maybe even a little bit more like down the field. Totally. Like he's just a guy, like as a quarterback, you feel comfortable. Clearly, Caleb Williams felt comfortable with him, and he's in a great place, man. He's gonna have a big year.
Dude, Superman's still rocking that cape even in the preseason. Here's Cam Wolfe with Deion Dawkins.
So Deion, a win's a win even in the preseason. Starting offense comes out, 2 drives, 2 scoring drives. What did you see from your group?
Honestly, sloppy, but I enjoy the way it is. And because we're trying it's something new, and the only way that we can perfect it is if we try it in a game-like situation. So I think we get on the field, we score, we get on the field, and we score. It's always good. But for our level, it's always more to and be done.
Obviously, high standards is how you get to high goals, right? So tell me the balance of how you handle preseason football. We saw Josh get hit a couple times, but at the same time, you have some scoring drives. How do you balance all of that?
You know, you just got to roll in with the punches, man. Anytime that you put a helmet on and pads, it's time to go. This is the first time that we're out here in a full game rep. So we have to understand that, look, when the helmet's on, the pads are on, people are coming to kill our quarterback. But for us as players, it's good because we're getting our feet wet. We're getting back in the swing of things. The season was not a long time ago, but it was long enough that we have to get our body back in full motion of intensity, the inside jitters, and playing real live football.
Absolutely. And last one for me, obviously, new stadium. First time for this, new era, new coach. Yeah. What did it feel like for you? Did it feel different than previous Bills years for you?
I'm going to tell you the truth, dog. If you look around, right, this is like being on the inside of a Rolls Royce, man. You look up, you got stars all on the ceiling. Across the street was the old Papa Joe's pickup truck, man, and that is gone, and now we in the Wraith. So it's a beautiful thing.
Rolls Royce always nice to ride in.
Always, man.
Thank you, Deion, man. Appreciate you.
$2.1 billion. It better feel like a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, PSA for Bills fans coming up after us, a rear of Panthers and Bills. Travis Achan, rocking the Saints uniform. Yeah, it just kind of feels weird if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you.
Zach Wilson to Oscar Delp. Why not? Offense rolling. Show me something here.
2-point play. That's all right. You don't want to use the good ones.
Yeah, that way to come to the defense there. Hunter Decker's unable to mount that comeback. Jags able to hold on for a win. Lamar taking this one in from the sidelines.
Nice chain.
What's your read on like the chains in the game?
That's beautiful.
Okay.
I don't know one.
Can I be honest? It kind of bothers me when I'm watching on Sundays.
Yeah, when they're out there.
Yeah, I feel like old man saying "get your ball off my lawn," but I'm just saying, like, it's still weird.
The kids are yelling at us right now if they're awake.
They're like, "What are you talking about?" I know. Here's what we are talking about: Ravens offense without Lamar out on the field.
I like this kid.
Yeah, Jacoby Lane. Keep in mind, they already have wide receiver one. I'm just saying, Zay Flowers just got paid. There'll be a little bit of that. Elijah Surratt, by the way, the 4th round rookie out of Indiana.
This offense is going to look interesting under this thing. Look at that. Man. We got got under center. We're going to have some boots. Lamar out on the edge. It's going to be fun. We'll play action pass, but it's going to be a big dose of Derrick Henry. I know that.
Yeah. Adam Randall getting into that end zone. The Ravens, they roll.
What's he got? Is that a lollipop? What are we doing? All right, just checking. I like to see what the quarterback.
What was your pregame?
Sometimes you got the officials have some good food. So they always have chicken fingers. They got hot dogs.
Is that what you were rocking?
It's a secret locker room though. You got to find it. MetLife, I'll show you where it's at.
Yeah. By the way, you eat really healthy, so I know you were not dipping into.
No, I just went there with the O-lineman. It was funny. These guys eat hot dogs.
Drew Lock with the touch. You see everyone fired up. A former substitute teacher, Torrey Foster,
look at
that
this.
touchdown. Yeah, look at that.
That's
He's right.
Team, man.
Damn
Battle.
Give me this rock.
That's pass interference also. Checking it home, but he don't care. And he didn't complain.
Yeah.
Just made the play. Make another one.
Sam Howell leaned into that one. Just saying. Joe Milton, by the way, who can throw it like 10 miles.
Oh, my goodness, bro. The quarterback's playing at the end of this thing, incredibly talented.
Remember watching him back in the day?
Buddy, I watch every throw he makes. Watching him live, too, is great.
Just those absolute moon shots.
It's like throwing a Nerf turbo.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. At the Combine, it was just must-see television. Preseason week 2, we got you covered. NFL Network.